Alright, this is my wrist, hand, and finger video, and we're doing portion B today. So we're going to start off with active range of motion of wrist extension. So I'll have him pronated, hand off the table, wrist off the table, and I'll have him do the motion for us first, so he's just going to lift up. Alright, nice job. Come back down. So normally you're going to use a smaller goniometer than this, but this is what we have today. So this is what we're using. Fulcrum is going to go right on the ulnar side of the wrist, right where the wrist and forearm meet. And then since the goniometer is kind of big, we're going to have to make do here. And then the stationary arm is going to go along the forearm, the ulnar right here, and then the movement arm is going to move with the base of the fifth metacarpal. Yes. And so we'll just move that up. And so what we're looking for is you want that to be within the 75 to 85 degree range. And so he's at 77, so he's doing really good. And so next we'll do ulnar deviation, so I'll have him demonstrate the movement again. So this one you're probably going to want their wrist to be on the table. And so I'll have him bring his pinky to his forearm. Okay, so sometimes you're going to want to hold down to make sure that they're not getting their arm into that movement. Okay, good job. And so the fulcrum is going to go right over the capitate, at the middle of the back of the hand. Stationary arm is going to go up the forearm. Movement arm is going to go along the third phalange here. And so I'll have him 28. And so what you're looking for is you want that to be around 35 degrees. And so he's at 36 degrees. So that's great. We love to see that. And so next we're going to move into passive range of motion. And for passive range of motion, we're going to do wrist flexion. So again, we'll have him off the table, stabilize forearm, and then we'll just bring his hand down like that. And so you're looking for a firm infield due to the dorsal radiocarpal ligaments and the joint capsule. And then next we're going to do radial deviation. So I'm going to go right in here, radius that way, and you're looking for a hardened feel here because the scaphoid is going to be striking that radial styloid process. And next, we're going to do passive range of motion of finger extension. You can go up this way, you can't really see it that way, up like this, or you can do like each joint going down, so the MCP joint, the PAP joint, the DIP joint, and test all of those. The infield should be firm due to those ligaments in there. And next, we're going to move on to manual muscle testing. So I'll have him a little bit extended because we're doing extension first. And then I'll put my hand here, stabilize forearm, I'll have him press against me. I'll give that a 5 out of 5. And that's going to be testing the extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, the extensor carpi ulnaris, the extensor digitorum, and the extensor pollicis longus. So lots of muscles being tested there. And then we'll do, the next one we're going to do is ulnar deviation. So I'll put my hand here, kind of stopping this, stabilizing the forearm, and I'll have him press into me. We'll have him already in a little bit of ulnar deviation. Come towards me. And if you're doing manual muscle testing, you want to go against gravity. So another way you can kind of do this is if you kind of put their arm, I mean, it's not a comfortable position. You kind of want to get their arm back behind them and like have them go against gravity, but that's rough. So for the sake of the video, we're not going to do that. But for ulnar deviation of manual muscle testing, it's going to be testing the extensor carpi ulnaris and the flexor carpi ulnaris, and I gave him a 5 out of 5. And so next we'll do extension manual muscle testing of the phalanges. So you can do the MP joint, so I could have him come up against me here, press against. Okay, and I can even do the PIP and the DIP joint, so I can press against me here, have him press against me here. And if you're doing the MP joint, the muscles being tested is going to be the dorsal, the extensor communis, not dorsal, extensor communis in here, and then we're doing the PIP and the DIP, you're going to be testing the extensor communis, the interossei, and the lumbricals. And so next we'll move on to ligamentous testing. I'm going to be doing varus testing, so I'll have him supinated. And just a reminder, this is kind of like a little bit backwards, but when you're doing varus testing, varus blow would kind of be on this side, so we're going to test this one. And so we're just going to deviate, can't really see that, bring that in this way. And what a positive for this test is going to be if there's pain or laxity within that RCL over here. And then implication for this is going to be an RCL sprain. And then next we'll do thumb valgus stress testing. So that was varus stress testing of the wrist. This is valgus stress testing of the thumb. So you're going to abduct and extend their thumb, and then you're just going to press this way. And what you're looking for is pain or laxity within the UCL, and then positive for that's going to be a UCL sprain of the thumb. And then next we're going to do the long bone compression test. So, or it could also be called the flick test. So first you're going to start off by just flicking the tip of the finger, seeing if there's any pain going along the bones here. And then next you can start applying like an axial load to like each joint, depending on where the fracture is. You could do it at the finger joint here. You could do it where the finger meets the hand at the MCP. And then you're just positive is going to be if there's any pain with that, and that's going to be testing for a fracture. And then next we'll do the grinding test. And so the grind test. And so you're going to provide like a grinding force in the wrist. And then you're going to ulnar deviate this way. And so for that, that's going to be positive. It's going to be pain. And then implication is going to be a TFCC pathology, or pain and popping is what you're looking for. And that's going to be a TFCC pathology. And so that was a grind test. And then Phelan's test is the next one. And so for that one, you're going to passively flex their wrists, and you're going to go into overpressure, so you're going to go a little farther than you normally would, or than like, yeah, what's normal. And then you're going to hold that for a minute, and if a positive is going to be if there's any pain or paresthesia that begins to run along the forearm, come up through the hand, that's going to be caused by the median nerve, and that's going to be an implication for carpal tunnel syndrome. And then the last test that we're doing is Allen test, and so for that one, try to get up close here so maybe you could see it, but you're going to block the arteries right here. His hand's going to get white, and then you're going to release one, and then the other. I don't know if you can see that very well with the lighting, but his hand was white, and then when I released one, it got pink. When I released the other, it got like even more pink. And so positive for this is going to be if there's either delayed or an absence of flushing going back to the hand. And then implication for this is just going to be reduced circulation to either the ulnar or radial arteries. And that's it for the wrist and hand. Thanks.